All right, all right, all right. We are going to get started and we are going to talk about why and how we make reels in our Mary Kay businesses. So, are you ready to learn? Are you ready to embrace some new technology? Well, I'm Bridget Pemberthy. I'm a senior sales director with Mary Kay for 14 years, and I have embraced social media and I am passionate about teaching other women how to do the same. So I'm going to be teaching a series about how to make different types of reels. And this is specifically for my unit, but it's on YouTube so other people can benefit from it. And if you have questions, comments, put it in the chat. I'd love to help you. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is called Beauty Beyond 50, but there's an underscore between the beyond and 50. Beauty Beyond underscore 50. And you can follow me on Facebook too. It's Bridget Penberthy. So, what we're going to talk about first is why reels, okay? And how can we leverage them? And then we'll break down, and I'm going to actually share my screen here, and I'm going to show you how to make a reel, just the basics of the reel. And then what we're going to do is we are going to have a series of teaching you different types of reels, like how to make those cool transition reels where you go from no makeup to makeup, how to make reels where it's just your talking head with captions, how to make what's called a B-roll reel, how to make one with split clips, and then how to make some trending reels. So we've got 5 different types of reels that we're going to teach you, but today it's not about specific types of reels. It's just about why make a reel. Okay, so when I first started learning about reels, I thought I had to be like a movie producer. I had to do all these special editing things, and it took me a long time to make reels. And then I realized that this is not a complicated process. It can be easy and it can be quick. And of course, the more you do, the better you're going to get and the faster you're going to get with it. But I'm going to share some tips with you on how to use your time wisely when it comes to making reels. But what I loved about Reels initially was not the time that it took me to make them, but it was that I got to create my brand. I got to share me, my personality, and I wasn't just sharing, buy this product or this is how you use the product. Because a lot of times in Mary Kay and probably a lot of businesses, we talk a lot about why you need this or what the benefits are, what the ingredients are. But really, what people want is they want to be entertained. They want to connect with you. They want to feel like you get them and you guys are kind of like living life together in alternative, places, but having been similar experiences. And so it gives you a chance to connect and relate to the people that are watching you. So, one of the first things you can do before you start making reels is you want to understand who are you speaking to? Who are the people that are going to watch you in the situation that you're in your life and relate to you? For me, it's empty nesters, it's women over 50, it's moms with young adult children. Recently, it was moms of teenagers, high schoolers, but now my kids are in college or graduated. So, your niche can change as your life changes as well. And it probably should, right? When you are a mom of toddlers, you're going to talk a lot about that season of life. Well, when your toddlers are all grown up and out of the house, I'm not really talking about being a mom of toddlers anymore. But you can bring in other pieces of your life into your reels and into your brand, like your faith, your fitness, your passion for plants or hiking or your relationships with other friends, your spouse, activities you love to do. Your brand is really all those different pieces. And you want to kind of keep about 3 of them pretty consistent. And of course, you're going to be most forward with your Mary Kay business. But we want to show all parts of ourselves and our personalities. Some people's reels are going to be a little more silly. Maybe you do a funny dance. And some people's reels are going to be more educational or inspirational. So it could be a little bit of any of those, but you want to try to keep it consistent to you, what feels right to you. And it may take a while for you to kind of figure that out, and that's okay. It didn't come to me right away. I just was learning how to do the basics first. So, what the other great thing about Reels, aside from helping you relate to people and find people that are in your niche, is that Reels are of course, very entertaining. It's going to get people's attention more than you just talking about a product and educating them. And it's also going to go out to non-followers. So people that are not following you on Instagram, people that don't even know you, will see your reel because Instagram pushes your reel out to other people that may be interested in the types of things that you're talking about. Okay, so that's why you use hashtags with your reels because it makes you searchable and Instagram kind of knows what you're talking about in your reel. In mine, my reels, I've got hashtags about makeup, skincare, women over 50, that kind of thing. And then it pushes my reels out there into the world of people that don't even know who I am. And they may see my reel and think, oh, that looks interesting. I want to follow her. And so it's bringing leads into my sphere just because I made a reel and Instagram shared it with other people. So there's a couple essential things you want to make sure that you are doing with your reel. You want to have a caption that is really just explaining a little more about what your reel is. Your reel is going to be short. It's probably going to be 30 seconds or less, and it's actually better if it's about 10 seconds or less. The shorter, kind of the better because people's attention spans is just shrinking and shrinking. And it's also going to make them watch it over and over and over again. And the more your reels are getting watched, the more Instagram is going to push it out to more people because it looks like, wow, lots of people are watching this reel so many times. And so that means it's a good reel. The other thing you want to do in your reel is get some engagement, people talking back to you, people commenting. So you're going to ask people, comment what you think, or let me know what you think in the comments. You may even have something called a call to action where you ask people, say the word sample if you want a sample of this product, or say the word info if you want to learn more about this product, and I will message you all the details. So you can ask people to comment, ask people to engage, give their opinion, and the more people that are commenting on your reel, the better, because comments and shares, if people share it with their friends, if they save your reel, that really helps the algorithm so that more people are going to see your reel. So be thinking about that as you're creating it. I know that's a little bit more of like a second step because the first step is just figuring out what am I going to post about? What am I going to make a reel? And how do I make a reel? But you got to think about what the end is, right? Keep the end in mind all the time. And what that end is that people are going to see it. People are going to talk to you. You're going to talk to people, and it's going to bring more people into your business. And it's going to help your existing followers see you, get excited about product, get interested in what you're doing, and of course, hopefully become better customers because you are communicating with them through the power of the reel. So, those are just some really simple, basic things about Reels. The way I have my Reels set up is that I usually post them first to Instagram, and then I have it set up so that they will automatically go over to my Facebook. So, my Reels will post in Instagram and Facebook. I usually just let them both go in both places. Sometimes I will just keep them in Instagram and I can like just turn the little button so it doesn't post it on Facebook. But I typically do post it in both places. And that way my Facebook followers can see it and my Instagram followers can see it too. I usually take my Instagram reel and I post it to my story. So it goes into my Instagram story and my Facebook story so people can see it if they're just looking at my stories. And that's a good thing too. Although stories expire after 24 hours, so they won't be able to see it in my stories, but they will be able to see it in my feed. Right? So that's a quick tip about, making double duty with only one effort. If you put it in Instagram, you can make it go over to Facebook. I don't know if you can put it in Facebook and go over to Instagram because I don't go that way. Now, some people, when they get super fancy, they like to make their reels in a separate app. There's another app called CapCut. So if you're struggling with the Instagram or if your Instagram reel is glitching, I have a lot of issues with that from time to time. And it's frustrating because sometimes you'll be making a reel and then all of a sudden it just disappears. Things can happen because the Instagram reel, it can get glitchy and you can just have a big mistake like that. And hey, sometimes the glitch just disappears, right? Your reel is gone. That's why it's a good idea to save your reel, which I will show you. But if you are finding that's having that's a problem for you, then you might just want to consider going over to CapCut and creating your reel there and then downloading it to your phone and moving it over. Okay. So that's another advanced skill. We're going to keep it pretty basic here, but your reels are really going to help get your message out there. They truly are going to attract people. You are going to show the world that you are taking your business seriously, and people are going to want to follow you and listen to you. So take it seriously, be consistent with it. Make it a goal to post a reel a certain number of times a week. For you in the beginning, it might just be once a week and learn how to do it and get comfortable. It might then go to twice a week. I mean, some people will move up to 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Some people do it every day. And there's ways that you can batch your reels, and I'm going to talk about that next. But in the beginning, just set a goal, a baby goal of like once a week. Okay. I think that's a good goal to shoot for. Okay, so let's talk about like your systems to make these, and then we'll actually get into the nitty-gritty of how to make it and some of the tools. Okay, so as far as how you make your reel, the one thing that's so important to do is when you go into Facebook or Instagram and you look at other people's reels, especially people that are maybe in your same business, in the beauty business or other types of direct selling kinds of businesses, what are the reels that attract you to watch them? If you see a reel that looks fun, that grabs your attention, and you think, I would like to make a reel like that, then save that reel because that's going to be your inspiration. You can copy everything you see and just make it your own. Even if they're doing a reel about, planting flowers or growing vegetables, you might love the song that they used, or you may have loved the transition that they used, the type of transition, and that is inspiring to you. Save it so that you can go back and use that later. Now, one of the things that some people are guilty of is they save a lot of reels, but then they never actually go and make them. So what you want to do is have a certain time where you are sort of almost batching or saving reels. Maybe you're going to do it at night when you go to bed and you're just looking at some reels and, just relaxing on the couch. And that's your time to kind of go out there and search for inspirational reels. Maybe you're going to do it when you are who knows, waiting for your kids to come out of soccer practice and you are on your phone and you've got a little downtime. Just take a minute and go search, look through them with that critical eye of which ones inspire me and save them to use later. You can also save the audios separately. But either way, you're going to save the song or the reel, and then you're going to remember, like, okay, I'm saving these so that I can make them, right? I'm not just saving it for the sake of saving it. All right. So once you have saved them, you have another time of day that you're actually going to do the recording for the video. So you may have an idea, and some people like to put this in the notes of their phone. Some people like to have a paper planner that they like write down the reel that they want to make that week. Maybe you put it in your planner or, in a Google Calendar or just in the notes of your phone. You might just put a note in there that says reel ideas, and you have an idea of like, I want to do a reel about this. What you would do is you would sort of be planning what you're going to do in that note or in the notebook. All right. And then you're going to have a certain time where you're going in and you're filming yourself. This is one of the best things that I purchased. It is my regular tripod. It's very helpful because you can do any recording anywhere. You should get some that are adjustable so it can go high and go low. And so I can be videotaping myself at any time. All right. If I am putting together an order in my office and I'm packaging up products, I can just set up my tripod and just videotape myself for about a minute and then just save it in my phone. Okay. I could be working on my computer, or I could be unpacking a box of products and putting it into a shelf on my office. I could be doing my makeup or washing my face in the bathroom. And that's actually called a B-roll, where you're just getting little clips, little video clips of just random things happening through your life. Okay. And then you're going to use those videos, all those videos that you've kind of collected through your life, to have a separate time where you actually put the reel together and you put the caption on and you post it. So do you see that there's actually 3 things happening here when you're making reels with really good time management. Because what you don't usually want to do is you don't want to be searching for an idea and then making the video and then making the reel all come together, putting the caption and post it. That's when it takes you about an hour to make a reel. Okay. And that's what we don't want. We want you to be doing these three things at separate times, most likely. And then you're going to be able to batch things together. So you're batching some ideas whenever you have a few minutes to look for ideas. All right. You're saving them, saving them. Now you have a nice long list of ones that you've saved. Then another time, you're going to be just getting video, especially on a day when you've got some hair and makeup on. You're going to batch a whole bunch of videos of you looking really good with your hair and makeup. Some people even change their shirt and then they'll go and do another little video of something else. I usually do batches where I'll do a video of me washing my face, record, save that video, and then I'll just go do another video of me doing my makeup. And then when I have all my hair and makeup on, I might do another thing where I look good and I'm ready to put on, a little show of some kind or talk into the camera or whatever. But I've collected a bunch of different videos that I could use later. Now, another time, I'm going to actually go make my reel. And I just might make one reel from the idea that I had with the video that I recorded a couple days ago, and then I put it all together. So is that making sense how you do it? So it's really a way to work smarter and not harder and not make it take as long. But this whole technique of batching, it may take a while for you to really get there and learn how to do that efficiently. In the beginning, you might just be doing it all at once and you'll realize, oh, maybe I should do some of the batching that Bridget talked about. But this is just kind of something to aspire to get to because I'm still working on that myself. Okay, so let's go into Instagram and I'm going to see if I can do this. And we are going to share my screen, which is going to be on this screen. So I'm going to take myself off of the screen share here if I can. Let's see if I can do that. Yes, remove the pin. And we're going to make this the pin. And we are going to share the screen. And we're going to have this be the screen of the screen share. All right, so we're going to share a screen here on Instagram. Not sharing it right now. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to, I'm going to try to pin this one. Okay, let's try this again. All right. Share this screen. Start the broadcast. And here we are. All right. So we're going to go to Instagram. And here's beautiful, my friend Autumn. She is doing a reel with clips. These are just little clips, actually just pictures, okay? Reels can be so simple. All you do is just, put together a few photos of yourself and put music behind it, right? So it can be that simple. I was trying to turn my camera off so you weren't seeing me on this screen. Let's see if I can do that. Wonder if that would make it better. Yeah, okay. Well, makes it a little better. Let's move that. Can I move that? No, I can't. Okay, that's better. All right, let's watch hers again just so you can see. So what she did was she just took pictures of herself and a little short video of herself with a finished makeup look, and she put it together with music, and her reel is short and simple and easy. So isn't that a great way? She probably did this on 2 different days. She batched the pictures. All right. She did pictures and video on one day with her first eye makeup look. And then she did makeup and pictures on another day with the second look. So, and she put them together on a separate time. So that's just such a perfect example of batching your reels. Okay. So we're going to go over to my account here. And we're going to pretend that we're starting to make a reel. We're going to go to the plus sign at the top. And you're going to see there's options here to create different things. So we're going to click on Reel. Now this is my camera roll. Okay, I've got a variety of pictures and videos, and I am going to choose what I want to do. So tonight we were actually doing a virtual facial, and I videotaped, I keep saying videotaped, I recorded some of our facial. And I thought this would be a good example of like a B-roll where I'm just talking about how, we're doing a glow facial and we are having fun and we are learning about skincare. If I don't like this video, I could just say start over and I could choose a different video instead. So I'm not going to do this. Instagram is suggesting that I use a certain audio, so I'm going to hit skip. I'm not going to do that. Now, since my video is long, I'm going to make it shorter. So I'm going to hit edit video at the bottom, and I'm going to touch this little video here. This is the video clip, and I'm going to shorten it by pulling it over like that. And I'm shortening it like that. Let's see, I'm trying to get to the part where I am on the screen. So it looks like I am teaching about the product. I think I am doing that now. All right, let me delete that little section. I'm going to hit the trash can. All right, so I can hit the arrow at the top to play this video, and I can see which part of the video I want to use. Okay, so that's me teaching about the moisture renewing gel mask, and then I am putting it on my face, and it's just showing like a real moment of behind the scenes in a Mary Kay sales director's life. Okay, now I can choose which section of this video I want to use. And I don't love it because it's mostly showing the back of my head. I probably should have changed my camera angle a little bit so it would see my face, but you get the idea. So this is obviously way too long. So I'm going to just touch on the video and I am going to just pull. I'm pulling it over and it's making it shorter and shorter and shorter as I do that. Okay, so you can see now I got my video down to about 10 seconds and it's just showing me talking about the product and putting it onto my face, showing the mask, and then it ends. Okay, so I can adjust this longer, shorter, however I want. And yeah. All right. So that is the video that I've chosen. It's just one clip. If I wanted to have another clip, I could add a clip. And on the bottom, there is a menu there. You can see where it says audio, voiceover, import audio, text, captions. Those are all the different options that you could add to your reel, and you could experiment with different things. Maybe you would want to add another little clip. So you could click on this one with the square and the arrow in it. It says add clip. Maybe I want to add another little clip of another part of the video where we are showing our faces at the end, right? None of these videos are really that good, so I probably wouldn't use this, but it could be used as like a still picture or it could just be, another video that I'm adding in. Okay. So I added in another clip like that. I can stretch it smaller or longer depending on how long I want the clip to be. And then I can add some music to this. So I'm going to go down to the bottom where it said import audio, I believe. Okay, I have to click away from the video again, and that helps me see different things. So let me just show you that. When I had it yellow, the import audio was not on there. So what I had to do is I had to click away from it, and I could go onto this main screen and I could hit the music note, and that will help me be able to find another like sound. I'm not going to do it that way. Hold on a minute. What is this doing? But what I'm going to do here instead is I'm going to do import audio. And oh, no, that's not right. Instagram actually just changed. Okay, no, it's just the one that says audio. Instagram just recently changed these features, so it's a little confusing for me. So if you see the music note on the far left, that's the audio. Okay, so this is where you're going to actually find different songs that you could use. Now, maybe you've already saved some audio or you've already saved some songs from someone else, and you got inspired by someone and you saved it. If you did that, it would be under your saved. So these are some examples of some saved songs that I have from before that I liked, and I thought, oh, I should use this. Now, if I'm just looking at all these, I'm not going to be able to remember which one I wanted to use. So hopefully in my notes, maybe I wrote it down. If not, then I can just click on it and I can listen to it and I can say, is that the one? Yeah, that's the song I like. All right, so let's say that's the song I do want to use. I'm going to hit the arrow at the bottom in the circle, and now it's going to show me the song, and I can move this around so that I can pick the section of the song that I want to use. So you can move it around, you can pick where you want your song to play. Okay, so let's just say I want to do that. I'm going to say done. And now I have the song playing with my video, and it's going to show me behind the scenes doing my Mary Kay business and showing one of my favorite products. Okay, so I'm going to hit the next. Actually, I'm going to hit edit video again. And I want to show you something at the bottom. Do you see where it says there, she? That's the song. That is the song that I chose, and you can make the song go longer, shorter. Usually it's going to go for the whole length of the video. You can do other special effects, like you can fade the song, you can do something with the beats, you can make the lyrics show. There's a lot of advanced controls that you probably won't use, but that is an option. Now, the one that you're probably going to use the most, I'm going to click away from this. You're going to add text to your reel. It's almost essential for you to use some sort of a hook on the front screen of your reel. So if I was looking at it from this view, I could click on the capital A, lowercase a, and then I would have this screen. Now, what you can do is you can ask Chat GPT. Well, you can ask Chat GPT anything. You could ask Chat GPT to give you examples of reels or give you ideas for what kind of reel you could make to promote your Mary Kay business. You could ask it, what would be a great reel for me to make when I want to share the new fall eyeshadow palettes? And it would give you great ideas. But you can get inspiration from watching other people's reels too. And then as far as the hooks, what is that just eye-catching sentence that's going to be on the cover of your reel? You could also ask ChatGPT, what would be a great hook to stop people from scrolling past to watch my reel and get their curiosity up? What would that be? And then tell ChatGPT what your reel is about. I could tell ChatGPT, I want to make a reel that's going to share about, the behind the scenes of a Mary Kay facial, that kind of thing. What would be a cool hook that I could put on my reel? Okay. And I'm going to type it in here. So let's just say hook. That's what I would put. I would put my hook, and I'm going to actually, let's see if I can just go to ChatGPT. All right. So I was asking ChatGPT a question. So what would be a good hook for a reel that talks about my Mary Kay glow facial on Zoom, and I have a video of me behind the scenes showing products on my Zoom. I want a stop the scroll hook to get curiosity and more leads with a hook at the end. All right. So it's going to help me with specific hooks and a call to action at the end. So it tells me this is what I want. You want something curiosity driven that makes women stop scrolling and lean in to learn. The hook should feel like they're getting a sneak peek of something exclusive. Here are a few strong options. Stop the scroll hooks. Ever wonder what it looks like to get a spa level glow without leaving your couch? Or here's another one, behind the scenes of my secret to glass skin over 50. And then this one is a third idea. This little Zoom box has been giving women the best skin of their lives. Or another idea, not a filter, not a fad, just glow you can actually feel. Or number five, what if your next girls' night left you glowing inside and out? So you would pick the one that you like the best, or you could actually just say, I'm going to make my own based on one of these. I do that a lot. I kind of like the idea, but then I tweak it. And then the end hooks. This is going to be my call to action. That's what a CTA is. Want in on the glow? Drop me a heart and I'll send you a sample invite. Curious? DM me glow and I'll get you the details. Your glow is waiting. Want the link? So what you're going to do is you're going to text the hook at the start of the video and the curiosity call to action in your caption, and it will actually write me the full real caption with a story style with a hook and adding some value with my call to action that pairs with the video so I can copy and paste it. And I'm going to say, yes, please. So now ChatGPT is going to give me my entire caption. And this is something I can copy and paste. Now, of course, you want to read it. You want to make sure it feels like you. Maybe you want to add a little personal touch to it. You want to change some of the words, make it shorter, make it longer, whatever. And then you can just copy this. Now, remember, when you copy it, it's going to show like other words too. So you don't want to just copy and paste it without cleaning it up. You got to clean it up. It also gives you a way to refine the caption. Do you want it to be shorter and maybe a little punchier, like kind of more direct to the point? Okay. And that's going to be for the real overlay text. And that's because a lot of people won't read the whole first caption. So you can say, yes, give me that too. And it will give you some more text overlays that are shorter, like the hook that would just say glow facial in a box, spa night from your couch, glass skin over 50, yes, please, behind the scenes of my Zoom glow facial. So these are all just great ideas. So let's just say I look back on the first one and I like, um, hmm, I'm just going to say select the text. I'm going to copy that. All right. Now I'm going to go back to the, oh, let's see if we lost it. When you're making a reel, if you go away from it, sometimes it disappears, but don't fret. Usually, if it disappears because you went to another screen, it will show you this message that says, you left before saving it. Would you like to continue? Yes, I do. Continue. But sometimes it doesn't say that, and that means that your reel is probably gone. So you do want to save it before you go away, okay? Because then you could lose it, like I almost did. All right, so I'm going to erase the hook and I'm just going to say paste. Now, of course, I'm going to erase the number two. I'm going to erase the quotes and I'm going to put my hook in the middle. It's very important to put your hook more in the middle. If you put it up at the top, it's going to disappear by having words cover it. If you put it at the bottom, it's also going to get covered by words. See where I have those words? It's not going to show. So you want to put your words more in the middle. Now you can choose different things with your letters, like you can make them different colors. You can click on the words and you can choose like different types of fonts. All right. You could choose, different types of lettering depending on what your mood is. Okay. And you can also change it so that it has like more of a outline, or it has a white background or no background. And you can do, like I said, just click on it and you can see the different options. Just keep clicking, clicking, clicking until you see the one you like. You can click on the wheel to get a different color font. Usually people do white or black. And then there's some other like special types of things, like you can make it go like a typewriter if you want to. You could make it pop like that, or you could try these different types of things. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to say done, and now I have my words, although I don't like that, so we're not going to do that one. We're just going to let's do the typewriter one. All right. It's I think my phone is running out of battery, so it's having a little hard time like making it all show. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, it's working now. Okay, so this is where we are with it. We have a hook in the beginning, and then we're going to put our call to action at the end. So I'm going to hit edit video at the bottom, and I'm going to touch on the purple. Oops, someone's calling me. All right, we're going to touch on the purple, and we're going to make that hook shorter. So I'm going to move the purple line down so that I'm going to just have my hook for the beginning part of my video. And then I'm going to add another word. Okay, I'm going to go to the A again, and I'm going to put in, want to glow. Let's see, how about learn how to glow from your couch. Comment. Well, no, we don't want that capitalized. We'll just say comment glow for the details. Okay. And you can, of course, ask Chat GPT to help you with what a good hook would be. And I'm trying to see how I made that. I think it was a different font, maybe. All right. So you can play with your different letters. All right, now I'm going to go back to edit video. Now you can see I've got my words on top of each other. So I have to move these words over so that behind the scenes it's going to go first. Okay, you can see that's on there first. Then the next line comes. And I would need to change my letters so that it looks a little bit more bold so that you can see it. So I'm just going to click up here again, and I'm going to make my letters a little bit more visible. All right. And then I'm going to make it so that it does not go on that side. So when they show the picture at the end, the words are going to disappear. So that's how you adjust your words. You can also add stickers. I don't usually do stickers on top, but you could add stickers by hitting, let's see, what button is it for stickers? You can add other photos. It has stickers there. It's the little square with a little happy face. So if you added stickers, you could choose something like, related to your video if you wanted to put that on there. And that could also be on your video where you want it to be. Okay, so when you're done, you hit the button that says next. And now you're going to write your caption. And this could be from Chat GPT. All right, let's see if I go here and I copy that and I come back to it. I could copy it. Now, remember what I said, you have to erase all this other stuff that's just really not what you want anyone to see, right? That's ChatGPT talking to you. So we are not going to do that. Okay, this is actually the stuff that was the first part of ChatGPT. So I should have done it a little bit differently. I should not have copied all of that because now it's showing me all of the stuff that I don't really need. Okay, so we're gonna take that out. Oops, oops. Hold on. This is this darn copy and pasting stuff that can be a little challenging. Okay, there we go. All right. So now that we cut out the stuff we didn't want, we can check out our caption here. Okay. It is hard to sometimes type a caption with this tiny little window. So what some people will do with their caption is they will type in their caption in another location and then they will just copy and paste it into their reel. So you could type it like in a text message to yourself and then get it just how you want it and then put it over into your reel. But remember, you definitely want to save your reel before you do that, just in case. All right. And I am going to show you how to save your reel. So if you're working on your reel, but you're not finished with it, you want to come back to it later, you're going to hit save draft at the bottom. That's going to go into your drafts and you can go back to it anytime and you can continue to work on it. The other thing you can do, let me go back. When you're in your reel, if you want to download it so you have it saved onto your camera, you can hit this little button at the far right. It looks like an arrow going down, and you can save it without the audio. So it won't save the song, but it will save the video. Okay. So it's saved now to my camera roll. That way, if something happens, if I lose it, it's already on my camera roll, and all I have to do is add the song to it again, and I can make it again very, very easily. All right, so here we are at the end, and we are going to add our cover. Do you see where it says edit cover? Oops, something happened there. Delete screenshot. Okay, we're gonna hit edit cover. And what we're going to do is we're going to like go like this on the bottom with this little bar, and we're going to pick the scene that we want to show for the cover of my reel. So this is what's going to show up on my profile. I can also add letters. If I click on the little A at the bottom, I could add another title. But since I already have the title on there, I'm not going to do that. But some of your reels may need a title. Then you're going to hit profile grid, and this allows you to move this up and down so that you get it just how you want it to be seen on your profile. Then you hit done. And then if you're ready, you can add the location of where you are. It's usually a good thing to do. This is where it shows me that I can share it over to my public Facebook, which is Bridget Penberthy, or I can say turn that off. So I'm actually going to leave it on because I do like my reels to be saved in both places. And then I can hit the button that says share and it will post it in both places. Or I can hit save draft and then I can go back to it another time. So if I want to go back to a draft, all I do is well, there's a couple ways. You can hit your button that's in the middle that says reels, and I can click on my drafts and I can go to my drafts, and now I'm ready to look at some of my previous drafts, and I can hit edit and I can continue working on it. Okay. Or the other way that you can go to your drafts is if you are just looking at your profile. All right, here you are, you're in your Instagram profile. You could go up here to the plus sign and you could go to Reels, and then you can see drafts at the top. And then now you're back in your Reels drafts and you see all of the ones that you have worked on that you can then continue working on. All you do is you click on one and you say, okay, I'm going to edit this one today. And there it is. It is ready to have you work on it and edit it and make it perfect. So that is what you do. So that is a basic description of how you make a reel. And I know that was a lot of information, a lot of things, but hey, you did it. If you stuck with me this whole time, you learned a lot about how to make a reel and why to make a reel. So maybe you're already advanced and you didn't need all that, but hopefully it helped you in some way. And I want you to come back so you can learn more about how to make specific reels. Now that you know why you can do it and how you can batch them and how you can manage your time, how you can get your materials ready. Of course, you also need a great light. So make sure you're using a ring light. Let me turn this around and show you my ring light. I have a very large ring light that's on a stand, and this one works really well for me for this place where I'm working here, but I also have another one up in my bathroom where I can put one right there on my vanity. So when I'm doing my makeup, or I can move it over to my sink in my bathroom, and so I can do my skincare ones there. So you might need to have one that can move or travel with you, or you might need two in two different places. And there's nothing better than the natural light of a window. So you can also use that too. All right, everybody. Hope that helps, and happy reel making.